West Virginia Public Broadcasting joins multiple community partners with a message that recovery from substance use disorder is possible and help is available.
I'm Zach Melba, and I live in Huntington, West Virginia. Even as a kid, I was really disconnected, and that feeling of being disconnected from everybody around me left me with a big empty hole. And I filled that hole with whatever would fill it the quickest. I don't blame it, or I don't know really a better term, but I don't blame it on any one happenstance or scenario or circumstance in my life. My mother did leave when I was 3, and I didn't see her again until I was 33. So I guess you can call that a trauma. As a young child, you have questions of, am I not good enough? What was wrong with me? There's a lot of controversy over whether it's a choice or it's a disease, and I promise it started out as a choice, but no kid ever said, when I grow up, I want to be a junkie, or when I grow up, I want to be a prostitute, or whatever, wherever you landed in life, wherever this thing wound up, there comes a time when you lose choice, and you lose power and choice over the drink or the drug. Drug court was a very pivotal moment in my life. I had robbed a CVS pharmacy April 9th, 2009, and I had some other stuff previously from the year 2007 that I got in trouble for, and Judge Ferguson made it clear to me that he wasn't playing, that this wasn't a game, and they sentenced me 7 to 31 years. For all 3 of those charges that I had, and they suspended that sentence to drug court. So I got a reprieve, I got a stay of execution, and if I could do this thing, and I could finish this program, I could stay out of prison. So when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the pain of change, we change. And finally, the pain had become great enough for me. I was a 3-time convicted felon, once for a violent crime, and a drug addict, heroin junkie, alcoholic. So for sure, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's the message. That's the message that we try to send on a daily basis. But that little program, I hate to beat that program to death, through drug court and other 12-step programs, they taught me a long time ago that if you want what we have, you might want to do what we've done. And you might expect to do it for as long as we've done it for. Life in sobriety is amazing. Life in recovery, whatever you want to call it, it's just life. And people who meet me, and I tell them a little bit of my story, and I tell them, what I used to do, they're like, no way, but you have a really good job, and you live in a really nice house, and do you rent? Oh, you own? And it's like, well, I own a mortgage, the bank kind of owns the house, but yeah. And these are all things that nobody stereotypes a drug addict. Or an alcoholic. We picture the guy pushing the buggy, who's living under the bridge, or we picture the guy who lives at home with his mom in his basement, who just can't get it together. That stereotypical picture of the helpless drug addict, and that's just not the case. But I live life one day at a time, and we work, she works really hard. And when I'm not working, I'm involved in recovery.
This is this is one of my many bottoms. This is an overpass in West Huntington where I used to come to get high, and then eventually I came to sleep because it wasn't the fact that nobody loved me or nobody cared about me. It was that I had destroyed, through my actions, everybody who ever cared about me. It was, I guess, another wake-up call, you know, one of those things that you don't realize how bad it was, you know, until you get those little aha moments that kind of bring you into sobriety. This bridge in particular is cool for me because about a year ago I got to overlay and refinish the 3 bridges that precede this. So I was standing there on the bridge with my foreman, my assistant superintendent, the superintendent, the laborers, and all the carpenters on the job, and they were talking about the drug addicts that we were watching down under the bridge, and we were all just kind of, you know, shooting a breeze and taking a break, and it came up, you can look right over the hill here and see the houses and the drug addicts and the prostitution, and you can see all of those things down there, and they're kind of bad-mouthing addicts a little bit, and I can't help but speak up and say, hey, you know, that was me. I was literally on the same block, and I told them that I used to run those same streets and do all the same things that they're talking about. It's really kind of crazy to watch it come full circle to where it is today.
I remember getting off of drug court, off of probation, and they say the true test of a man is what he does when he thinks no one's watching. And that was my moment where I made a decision. I made a decision then. You know, you're at the turning point. Do you go back and do what it is that you used to do, that's comfortable, that's still familiar for you, or with a year of sobriety at this point, and things going in the right direction in life, do you continue on the path that you're on? And I remember very plainly the day after my discharge at work, on a hillside, just working my own grass, weed eating. I remember like it was yesterday making that decision.